What's up guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a good week. So in this video, let's talk about compression on a basic level. Compression can be used in a lot of different ways, from taming volume to even shaping tone. If you're a beginner, I would tell you to focus more on the volume taming side of things. I wouldn't say to jump, headfirst into compression where you're going to be doing a lot of, wacky things with it to really shape the tone of your snare drum or to shape the tone of your kick drum or your vocals. What I would suggest you really focus on is using compression to tame the volume in your mix and give you a more solid, stable mix. Because a lot of times when you have no compression in a mix, the mix will just sound all over the place. Things are jumping out too much. There's just no stability in it. Or if you overly compress everything, your mix is gonna sound dead and lifeless, and it's gonna sound like your singers are trying to yell but nothing's happening, or it's going to sound like your snare drum is the size of, a little tin can or something. So we need to find that middle ground of just gently compressing things to just keep it in line, just keep things in check, and that'll just give your mix just new life altogether. It'll take your mix from, here to here. It's a big win in your mix if you're still in the building phase. So let's jump over here and just talk about compression on a few things. All right, so let's talk about compression and use some drums just to demonstrate. So I usually only focus on compression like really on the kick and snare and toms a little bit. I don't really compress the overheads a whole lot. I just kind of don't care for that sound as much. So we're just going to focus on the kick and snare for this. And what we're going to do is we're going to play this, just the drums, and I'm just going to dial these compressors down to the point that they're knocking off about 3 dB. All right, so that's going to be a little more subtle, but let's do a quick A-B without. Okay, to be honest, that made more of a difference than I expected it to. To me, it made especially the snare just more punchy and just had more body to it. So as far as the attacks and release on the kick and the snare, I'm basically at about 20-25 milliseconds and a 95 and 100 millisecond release. Experiment around with those, but that's just kind of what I like. It lets a little bit of the attack through and lets off fairly quick, so the body kind of comes back. And then for the snare bottom, I like to compress it a little faster. So the attack is at 26. I mean, we can dial that back to probably 20. And then the release is also down at 20, so that it lets off really fast and lets that sizzle through. It's kind of my thought process there, so that it brings out that brightness in the snare. Really with this, I just wanted you to see the power of just compressing a few dB on an instrument like this, how it can really change the tone of it, but also even out the performance if necessary. This drummer's pretty good. Like he's really consistent anyway, so we're not really needing to do as much of that. But no one's perfect. So I hope this is helpful. Whenever you're mixing drums or anything next time, try doing less. Try, keeping it, 3, 4, 5 dB or less, and see if you get just a more natural, even performance out of it. So yeah, hope this is helpful. Hit the link for the reverb cheat sheet, like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and I will see you guys in the next one.